Ben 10 is my favorite though. So if you have a lot of questions about Ben 10, I think we should be good.
I wanted to do the whole quiz about Ben 10, but I decided against it. I can do another one later on.
Oh, I love Ben 10 so much. Like that was out of all of those shows behind you. In case the listeners are wondering, there's a lot of older cartoon kid shows behind him as his background. I watched a lot of them growing up, but my biggest one was Ben 10 for sure.
Bold of you to assume I'm leaving this section in.
You know, if you don't, then no harm, no foul. They're not gonna care at all.
I mean, the wild thing would be for me to just have you start talking about something and then I interrupt it with the intro music.
That would be hilarious. That would be so funny. I can't tell you exactly how funny that would be.
I'm gonna let you know right now. You did like a quick break after you said hilarious. That's where I'm adding. I'm putting it in.
That would be. And then finish it off like right after the song. Hilarious.
Yeah. Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm Steve Buscemi. What's up, my fellow dudes?
My fellow kids.
Fellow kids. What's up?
Okay. For a bonus point, what TV show is that from, Matt?
I've absolutely. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. Is it that one with the one guy and the one girl and the one lady?
That narrows it down so much. Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? Shoot. Is it Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? Is it that one?
No, but the star of the first show where Steve Buscemi was on did produce Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, then I have absolutely. I recognize it and I can picture it in my head, but I cannot tell you.
It's 30 Rock, my dude.
30 Rock. We just established last week that
you've never seen 30 Rock. I've
never seen 30 Rock.
Which is disappointing because it's a really good show.
Yeah, I bet. I bet it is.
Main characters are Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin, Tracy Morgan. I always forget her name. She was also on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, if I can remember her name. I want to say Julianne Moore, but I think that's wrong. Hold on.
Knowing you, probably.
Yeah, that's fair. That's so fair. Jane Krakowski. So yeah, I was very wrong.
It was really
Jane
close.
Krakowski.
It was very close, buddy.
Jack McBrower was also on that show.
Nice. I'll have to put it on my list. I got some other things that are on my list, but maybe I'll put that one on my list.
Yeah, it's a good one. It takes place in 30 Rockefeller Center. Alec Baldwin's character is the president of NBC. And so you'll see like a lot of other NBC shows. Like it was going on the same time Conan was hosting the Tonight Show, I believe. So like he was on there a few times. And it's sort of hinted that he and Tina Fey's character Liz Lemon used to date.
Nice.
It's real funny. But yeah. How was your week, Matt? I don't think I've asked you how you are in a while.
My week was good. Just went on a date with Mia.
Nice.
I'm looking at an apartment this week.
That's fun.
Yeah, things are happening. I'm really excited. I got a new Lego set, the Captain Rex bust.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I haven't put it together yet because I'm waiting for Mia to put it together. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much going on. How about you?
I got a manicure done.
I see that. I like the color you chose.
I'm not a huge fan of the color.
Really?
I don't like purple that much, and
Yeah.
when we picked it out, it looked darker. But you know, it's kind of growing on me a little bit.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is it's a professional nail what job? No. What's the word? Manicure. That I already said it. Why did I forget it?
No.
And so like it's supposed to last for a while because it's the
Hmm.
gel nail polish that like sets using UV light and everything.
Right.
I already chipped it.
Why am I not surprised?
And I didn't mean to pick at it. I thought it was the actual nail breaking off, not the nail
Yeah, not the
polish.
polish.
Yeah. But
Nice.
it
That would
looks
be me.
nice.
Yeah, actually, Mia and I were planning on getting mani-pedis at some point soon.
A pedi would be nice.
Yeah.
I've been thinking like I might go get a massage or at least like set up a chiropractor appointment because my upper back has been really bothering me. And just like having that like worked out would be so nice, you know?
Yeah, no, the chiropractor they're so amazing. I love everything the chiropractor does. It feels so nice.
I don't know. I've never gotten like a massage before because like I don't like being touched by strangers.
It feels really intimate. You know what I mean?
Even like being touched by people I know isn't great.
Right. Even going to sport clips and they're just doing like the massage thing and like massaging your scalp. I'm like, do you have feelings for me?
Like it's nice, but it's like I can't fall in love with you right now. You're trying to cut my hair.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It feels very weird, very intimate.
And when we were finishing the manicure, she gave me a hand massage.
Oh,
like,
wow.
And like she was really getting in there. And like
yeah,
I had big hands compared to her. So she was using both hands on one hand. I was like, okay, it's starting to hurt. And then at one point she just
she's like using her elbow.
Just on the table for leverage. But like my hand is up and like my fingers are spread apart. And she just takes her hand and like, you know, when you hold hands waffle style, she did that, but just like furiously rubbed her hand in between my fingers.
So weird. I've never gotten a manicure, so I don't know what it's like.
And I'm like, hey, there's other people around. Can you like stop, please?
Can you stop? I'm getting a little uncomfortable. Feel a little vulnerable.
It was so the funniest thing that happened that day was there was a guy and a woman in there, and they were like getting ready to get married. They called each other their fiancés, and she was getting a manicure done, and it seemed like afterwards they were set to go get a pedicure together. But he was sitting over there awkwardly while I'm getting my nails done. And I don't know if this is what he was thinking, but I feel like he was watching me do it and sort of like working himself up to being okay with getting a manicure as well. Right. Because he does go up to the guy at the counter and be like, can I get a manicure too? Like he looked like there was definitely an argument between him and this woman, or at least like a strong discussion about like, you can get a manicure, it's fine. He's like, no,
it's not manly enough.
It's gonna be weird if I get a manicure. And then she's like, you're getting a manicure now, and he's like, all right, whatever.
I don't understand. Like, you don't have if nail polish ain't your thing, you don't have to get nail polish. Like, they'll just clean up and buff up like your nails, like
right. And you can do a clear coat too, so like your nails will look nice and be protected.
Right. Like, I don't understand the whole like it's not manly enough to get a pedicure or manicure. It's like, who's gonna care? Not a single person cares.
Self-care is great. And like
like I'm tired of picking at my cuticles. Like, that's all I do on a daily basis.
My fingers feel great right now. And like now that I haven't put lotion on since then, and like now I'm starting to get a little ashy right here between these two knuckles, and it's like, oh, I don't like that. I need lotion. Like
I don't understand the self-care aspect of like or I guess anti self-care aspect of like toxic masculinity. Like I put lotion on the other day at work, and some people were like, "Why are you putting lotion on?" I'm like, "Because my hand is flaky. It's ashy.
Right.
It's gross. I don't like it. I don't want dry hands. I want my hands to feel good and not be bleeding because they're so dry." And same with like chapstick and stuff. Like my lips hurt, so I'm gonna put some chapstick on. Like that's just what normal people do.
I don't get it because like I feel like it's making me a little more attractive. Like if I don't have gross and cracked lips, like if my hands are actually comfortable to hold.
Yes.
Like
yes, exactly.
Don't you want your wife to enjoy holding your hands, or like your girlfriend, like your partner? Don't you want them to want to like be?
I don't. When I'm holding somebody's hand, I don't want to be holding sandpaper. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's not fun. It ain't comfortable. So just like take care of yourself. Like it's actually unattractive, I think, to obviously there is things that people struggle with in life. I struggle with doing things on a regular basis, like putting lotion on. I think, oh, I'll do that later, and then I forget about it entirely. It's part of having ADHD. My hands are cracked all the time. It's fine.
For sure.
But I feel like if you actively choose not to take care of yourself, it's unattractive.
And like when we've held hands, like you don't have disgusting hands. And so like it made me more comfortable to hold your hand. Right. And like it made me feel like you actually cared.
I thought we weren't queer baiting on this show.
That's not queer baiting. We've actually held hands.
When we have kissed, Connor, your lips felt so nice.
Okay, now here that's a lie because we haven't kissed yet.
Not yet.
Which honestly, it's wild that we haven't kissed yet.
I know. You've kissed Jim. You've kissed Jim over me, and I'm honestly a little hurt.
You know what it is? I don't want your mustache to tickle my lip.
Oh, you have a mustache too.
Yeah, and I don't like when my mustache tickles my lip. That's why.
So you don't want my mustache to tickle your lip. Oh, I see.
I'm sorry, I have sensory issues, Matt.
I also have sensory issues. I hear you.
Well, you should really talk to someone about those, you know, someone who knows what they're talking about, and he can help you with them.
Someone clever, maybe?
Funny you bring up the idea of being clever. Because I think it's time for this week's Clever Boy quiz.
No way!
Yeah. That's right.
I didn't see that coming at all.
It's everybody's favorite segment, the Clever Boy quiz.
Woo! Yeah! Awesome! Yay!
If I look back at my notes, you are at 8 wins, which is
pretty cool.
8 you so clever.
Yeah, I like it.
Honestly, one of the best of the last few.
Definitely one of the best of the last few, for sure.
I have not made up a 9 yet because I forgot. And so if you win today, real time, we're gonna come up with what 9
we're gonna come up with.
We're gonna workshop it together. But this week's quiz, I forgot to come up with a fun name for because I just wrote a name I just wrote what it was at the top and was like, yeah, that's
all right. You're really slacking here this week.
Look, we normally record this on Sunday. I fully forgot I had other plans that I made on a Sunday, and so we didn't get to record, and it's Tuesday afternoon now. And
it hurts.
Yeah, I messed up. I can fully admit that. I'm human. So this week's quiz is on classic Cartoon Network cartoons.
Love it. I'm so excited.
When I say classic, I mean what our childhood cartoons were. So between 2000 2010 era.
All right.
Okay.
I'm excited. For this. I probably won't get a single one right.
Yep.
What year did this show come out? On what day did this show release?
No, I didn't do anything that easy. I basically, it's just a lot of what's this name?
Oh, so like, what's Dexter's sister's name?
No, I didn't do Dexter's Laboratory.
Dang, I would have known that one.
Yeah, I know. I have a few of like the more popular shows that I know you like, and some that are a little more obscure, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Question number 1. In the original run of Ben 10, so 2006 to 2008, how many aliens did Ben transform into?
Pretty sure it's 10. He transformed into 10. I think. I could try and count them all, but I will not get it right. Oh, shoot. You know what? I'm actually going to try and count it. There was forearms. There was Diamond Head. There was, I think it was like Lockjaw or something like that. There was Wild Mutt. There was Stinkfly. There was Alien X. There was, what was the... Oh no, the small little guy. The small little guy. There was Cannon Bolt. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 10. That's almost 10. And I'm probably forgetting some here or there, so I'm gonna go with 10.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
Ah! Okay.
Although he did start out with access to only 10 original aliens, being Forearms, Heat Blast, Diamond Head,
Heat Blast,
Ripjaw, Ghost Freak, Wild Mutt, Stinkfly, Accelerate, Upgrade, and Gray Matter.
Okay, Upgrade.
Gray Matter was the little guy.
The little guy. And which one was Upgrade? Which one did he like?
He was the goo dude that could take over machines.
Yes, and then he also got access to the wolf one, right?
The wolf, the mummy, and Frankenstein.
Yes.
There was the Vine Whip, the Vine dude.
You're right. I guess that was
Upchuck. Cannonbolt became one after Ghost Freak
later
left the Omnitrix.
Yep.
I Guy was the special alien introduced in the movie that was the alternate alien for Heat Blast in the beginning of it. And then oh no, there's two more I'm forgetting.
So I was like half right. He started out with 10 and then he gained more throughout the series.
Right. But
gotcha.
Alien X was one that you said, but that's actually from the second series, Ultimate Alien.
Was it? Was it really? Oh, I guess you're right. Nope, I do remember that. You're right.
Or Alien Force. But yeah.
I love that show so much.
Oh, it was so good. Yeah, I had the game on DS and it was great. Question number 2. Codenamed Kids Next Door was a show about a group of 5 10-year-olds who secretly fought battles against the evil adults who tried to make tried to help make a world better for kids around the world. Can you name 3 of the main characters?
No, I could not name you a single one. Even I feel like they're in the memory bank somewhere in there, but is Milo one of them? I don't even think that sounds right. No, I don't know a single one.
Give me some sort of 3 answers here.
Curly, Mo, and the other stooge that I can't remember his name.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. So what I would have accepted was number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, because those were their code names.
Right.
Or you could have given me their real names, which number 1 was Nigel Uno.
Okay.
Number 2 was Hogarth, Penny Whistle, Hoagie Gilligan. Okay. Number 3 was Kooky Sanban. Number 4 was Wallaby Wally Beatles. And number 5 was Abigail Abby Lincoln.
Yeah, no, I don't remember any of their real names. I didn't know that number 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 would count. But that's fair. That's fair. That's my bad.
I made that rule for myself. It's like if you would have just been like number 1, 2, and 3, because those are their code names.
Yeah,
I would have accepted that.
Well, okay, that's cool.
Alrighty. Number 3. The Teen Titans was an excellent cartoon that brought the spotlight to a few DC Universe's younger heroes. What fan favorite character from the show did not appear in comics until 2021 18 years after they were created.
In the comics. My get. Really? Like they. Is it? I guess is it one of the 5, 4?
It
5?
is not. It is not.
Like Beast Boy, Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, and Robin. Is it one of them?
No.
Oh,
Technically.
technically. What do you mean technically?
Technically, this character is not one of them.
Boy, oh boy, am I a little confused.
While you're thinking, this week we're rocking mango or Mountain Dew melon, Major Melon. It's very good.
Nice. It's I'm just so confused. Is it okay? Okay, maybe it's so because it's you said it wasn't. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this.
I'm gonna have to start counting you down here. Okay.
Right.
5.
You said okay.
4.
Tim Drake, was he in the comics? Is it Tim Drake? Because I have no idea. Because he was Nightwing for a while, wasn't he? In the comic, I honestly do not know. Nightwing. Maybe it's Nightwing. You give me a look. I don't know. I really don't.
Final answer.
Sure. Final answer. What was my final answer? Because I don't know.
Your final answer was Tim Drake.
Okay.
And that is incorrect.
Boo. Okay.
Tim Drake premiered in the 80s, I think, or the 90s, and is Red Robin or Drake instead of Nightwing, which has always just been Dick Grayson. And Nightwing actually was on the show, but made his comics debut way before the Teen Titans TV show was.
So who was
it? It was the Red X.
I don't even know who that is.
The Red X was a criminal persona that Robin took upon to try and infiltrate what Slade was doing and take him down.
Oh, you know what? I do remember that part in the series. Okay.
Later, we see Robin fight Red X, and it is insinuated that this is probably either Jason Todd or just a fully different character. And in the Teen Titans Academy story from 2021, Red X is revealed to be one of the members in the Academy and is a fully new character.
Okay. That I see what you mean by technically now. Okay, I see. That's all right.
I really thought you were going to get that one.
I haven't watched that show in so long. I don't remember any of it.
Well, let's see if you remember from this show. Number 4. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends features a foster home for imaginary friends to live in after their creators get too old for them. Though the show mainly is about the imaginary friends themselves and their hijinks, there were 3 main human characters. What were their names?
I hate you. I could have named probably several of the imaginary friends, but the
what would be
characters?
Fun about you naming Blue, Eduardo, Walt, Coco, and Cheese? What would be fun about you naming those 4?
I could get it. I could guess it. Listen, I'm gonna do this quiz sucks. I'm so good with faces. I'm not good with names. Did we just establish this? I just established this with somebody. I don't remember who.
Well, I'll give you a hint. Technically, 2 of their names are the same name. One of them just has a title. Also, you forgot Mr. Harrington, who is an imaginary friend, but just runs the Foster's home with one of the human characters.
Right.
Actually, 2 of the human characters.
Listen, that was not one of the shows that was like on my list. I watched it a little bit, but I didn't like watch the series. I could not tell you a single one of the humans.
That's disappointing. It was a really good show.
April.
Nope.
Sam.
April and Sam. Okay.
And Mr. April.
All right. Final answer.
Sure. Final answer.
fully wrong.
That's
so
okay.
Blue's creator was Mac.
Mac. Okay.
The housekeeper for the building was Frankie,
Close. Okay.
whose grandmother owned it, and that was Madame Foster. You know,
Okay.
like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So Mac was the little kid, the main character.
Yes.
Okay, I see. I see. It's been a while.
It's okay. You still got time to make it up.
I don't. I don't think so.
I think these next two will be ones that help you.
Okay.
Adventure Time was a fun animated show that followed the adventures of Jake the dog and Finn the human as they make friends, find love, and protect the land of Ooh from threats that wish to harm it. One episode showed us an alternate versions of our main character. What were their names? And I can give you a hint to help you.
Sure. I'll take the hint.
From what I understand about this episode, all of the main characters from the show were gender bent for this alternate episode.
So maybe this is not a show I've watched either. So
I thought you watched this.
I started watching it and then I got distracted. Let's go similar names, all right? Just because if they were gender bent, maybe they have similar names, who knows? Jane the dog, and Fina the human.
Can you say the name again?
Fina, Finna.
Okay.
Like Finn, but with an A at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Tina? Maybe it's
no.
Tina. Is it, okay.
I'm gonna take that as your final answer.
Yeah.
It is wrong.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised.
It is Cake the cat.
Okay.
And Fiona the human.
Fiona. Okay. Man, so, I was close, but no cigar.
You just changed around some wrong letters. Fun fact. The Adventures of Fiona and Cake is a TV show that is coming to Cartoon Network.
No way. That's crazy.
I think it's Cartoon Network, or maybe it's a streaming service, but they're getting their own show.
Sweet. That's cool.
Number 6. Steven Universe is as a show about a young boy whose mother was a part of an alien race made of basically sentient rocks and gems. Gems can fuse together to become more powerful. But what must they do to fuse?
They have to dance.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That's correct. That was a full gimme question for you.
That's okay. I mean, I'll take it.
You're the one that introduced me to Steven Universe, so I figured like you would get any question about it, and so I just wanted to make it like a fun question. Yeah, they had to dance. I appreciate it.
To make me feel a little bit better about this terrible quiz.
I was honestly trying not to do another name these characters question.
Right. I probably could have named every character in that show too.
Right, but I was gonna do like, what two characters are fused together to make garnet or obsidian, and like. So like one of the bigger fusions.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get away from the naming questions because I have a lot of those on here.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, number 7. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh no. I've never watched it. I wasn't allowed.
Follows the actual Grim Reaper as he is forced into friendship with the 2 titular children. What game did he lose that forced him to make this friendship?
Dice. The dice.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect. The game was Limbo.
Limbo. Oh my gosh.
They were in a game of Limbo, and Grimm had lowered the pole way too far down that it did not make it fair for Billy and Mandy.
Right.
And so they had to cheat to win. And instead of Billy and Mandy getting punished, because Grimm made it impossible for them to actually play fairly, he was forced into a life of basically servitude and forced friendship with Billy and Mandy, which he hated at first, but soon grew to care for the children.
Of course, you know,
it is a wild show.
I have heard, but my mom didn't like the personification of death, so we weren't allowed to watch it at all.
She doesn't like Jamaican skeletons?
No, she doesn't like. I got a shirt with like the pattern on the shirt was a very vague skull, and she got mad at me. Like when I was a kid, obviously not recently. She got very mad at me. She didn't like anything to do with skulls or like death imagery. So that was definitely a no-no in our household.
Interesting. That's fair. Everyone's allowed to have their own rules as parents. So
even dumb ones like that.
I did not say that.
We also couldn't watch anything to do with like magic. So like Wizards of Waverly Place was a no-go.
Yeah, you keep bringing up Wizards of Waverly
Harry Potter
so often. Like, why are you so hurt? Why are you so hurt that you couldn't see that show?
Because it's a good show, and I missed out on everything. And I was kind of in love with Selena Gomez when I was younger, so that's also a factor.
Okay, watch Only Murders in the Building now.
No, yeah, that's a really good show. Definitely, I watched that.
It's not weird to be in love with her now.
Well, it is because I'm in a relationship, but.
Right, but like instead of watching her when she was like 14, watch her now.
Right, but I still have childhood bitterness.
Hey man, I'm not saying that like anything is weird happening. You are. Number 8. My gym partner's a monkey. Follows a human child who's transferred to an animal-only middle school.
Yeah.
Why was he transferred?
I think it was because his name got mixed up. Like his last name was Lion or something like that, and so he got transferred to this animal school.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Alex Lyon, spelled Lyon, had his name misspelled by one of the administrators at his school, and it was spelled Lion, forcing him to be transferred to an animal-only school where no one believed he wasn't a lion.
Yep. All right.
Question number 9. Chowder was a show about a young, aspiring chef working at a catering company. The characters in this show were all different creatures, like Chowder himself being a cat, bear, rabbit, but they all still had a similar naming convention that they shared. What was it?
You're talking about like Chowder was a cat, bear, rabbit, so like they all had similar.
All of the names of the characters have a very similar theme, even though all of them were different types of creatures.
Oh, so you're talking like Chowder was Chowder's name. Are you talking about Chowder? I'm very confused. Like, are you talking about the name Chowder, like the names of the character?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about their type, like the animal type?
Chowder himself was modeled after a cat, bear, bunny. Right?
Yeah. Right.
But he's still named Chowder.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of different kinds of creatures within this universe.
Yes.
But all of their names have one thing in common.
I believe they were all like soups or some because Gazpacho was another character. What was the I'm gonna go with like a soup. Yeah, soup names. Entree names? Would that be better?
Be more specific. Actually, can you be less specific?
Less specific. Oh no, because what's his face was Schnitzel, and that's not a soup,
right?
Were they just like dinner entrees? Like I don't know. I don't know what else. They were food. They were just food names. Is it a specific country's food? Like, I don't...
Final answer?
Sure, food.
That is correct.
Okay, goodness. It's like, how can I be less specific?
The main characters of the show were Chowder, which is named after Chowder.
Mm-hmm.
His mentor, Mung, who is named after
beans.
mung beans.
Mm-hmm.
Mung's wife, Truffle.
Yeah, which is like a mushroom or fungus.
Mung's assistant at the catering company, Schnitzel.
Mm-hmm.
One of Chowder's friends was Gazpacho. That's the woolly mammoth dude.
Yeah.
His rival was Gorgonzola.
Yep.
The woman that was in love with him was Panini, and her mentor was Miss Endive.
Yep. I gotcha. Yeah, I remember all that.
Now.
Yeah, now. But hey, I still got it.
Number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, and Eddie follows the young boys with similar names but different personalities as they hang out, make up money-making schemes, and hope they can earn enough to make some jawbreakers.
Mm-hmm.
Or to buy some jawbreakers. Spell each of their names.
You want to like lift your left shoulder up a little bit?
Nope. Did not realize that one was visible. I found this background after I made the quiz, honestly.
Can I still answer it, or are you gonna...
Go for it. Try.
All right. Ed is ED. The other Ed is EDD. Double D was another name. And Eddie is EDDY.
Yeah, that's correct. Fully didn't see that right there. All right, Matt. I do have a tiebreaker here.
I'll take it.
You have 4 points. There are 6 points in the wrong column.
Yeah.
However, the tiebreaker I have come up with, you can earn enough points to win.
Okay.
It's just whether or not you have the gusto.
The gusto, yeah.
You have the chutzpah.
The chutzpah. Okay, I'm ready.
Cartoon Network does not only show cartoons. They have also had a few live action shows on their programming list as well. Name as many of those shows as you can. For each live action show you can name, you will get a point.
Cartoon Network has live action shows.
Yep.
Okay, and I have to name those shows. And for each one, I get a point.
Yep.
Cartoon Network has live action shows?
They did.
What specifically, what do you mean by live action? Because I remember one, I can't even remember, the Meat Boys or something like that. It's like they're puppets, so it's like technically live action. Does that count?
No, because that's Nickelodeon.
Was that Nickelodeon? I could have swore that was.
It was Nickelodeon, bud.
Well, regardless, would that sort of thing count?
No.
Okay. Well, technically live action. Good heavens. I didn't know Cartoon Network even had live action shows, if I'm being 110% honest. Live action. Cartoon Network. You know what? If I'm being 100% honest, I can't name a single one.
Not a single one?
Not a single one. I cannot even think of. No.
Would you like to know them?
Yeah, actually. I'd like to know how wrong I was.
So the list I have here has live action shows and live action / animated series. I don't know which one's which, except for a few of these. I have one starting in 1996, and the last one is in 2012 is when it started. So I'm just going to go through this whole list. If you hadn't named any of these, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Big Bag, Out of Jimmy's Head, which I believe that one was where this kid would draw stuff in his notebook and they'd come alive. And so it's half animated, half live action. Bobby Says, which I think that's like a. I have no clue what this is actually. That was not what I thought it was. Destroy, Build, Destroy, which is one of the ones that I thought you might know. It was where they would like blow something up. The teams would go and collect pieces from it and create something new, and use those pieces to then try and destroy the other team's thing. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
The Other Siders, which again I don't know what that is. Dude, What Would Happen? Tower Prep, Level Up, and Incredible Crew.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of those, so I'm not surprised I got it wrong.
That's okay. That helps because now we don't have to spend time coming up with a new name for you.
Exactly. Next week though. Next week I'll get it.
Hopefully not. So that means you have another loss in your loss column.
Yeah.
But you do still maintain the Ain't You So Clever title.
All right.
And that was this week's Clever Boy quiz.
I'm so excited.
It's great. Matt, what is your topic for this week?
I've finally done it.
Oh?
I have finally done it. I have single-handedly cured ADHD. I've cured my ADHD. I've cured it completely. It's gone.
Okay, getting medication from a doctor does not mean you've cured your ADHD.
No, that's exactly what it means. I went to the psychiatrist. She gave me some pills, and there we go. I don't have ADHD anymore. That's how it works.
No, because you actively have to work against your ADHD to remember to take the pills.
I don't think so. Once I take the first one, I'm pretty sure I'm cured, and then the rest are just like, making sure it sticks.
Matt, name 4 of the shows we just talked about.
I haven't taken any yet. I'm not cured yet. I should have said I will. Oh,
I've gone out and cured cancer, but I haven't given anyone of the cure yet.
You're just talking big pharma now. I'm pretty sure as long as I take these pills, it's cured. It's done. It's done for. It's my body does not have the problems it had. It's fixed itself.
Yes, but okay. You keep using that word, and I don't think you know what that word. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Which word?
Cure.
Cure. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
It means I don't have ADHD anymore.
No, you're managing your symptoms. It's not a cure.
Right.
It's basically like you wake up, all your plants are dead, the water is boiling, and the paint is falling off the walls.
Okay.
What do you take care of first?
I have to get out of bed first, probably.
Right, but what do you do? What do you take care of first?
What do you mean the water is boiling?
Your plants are dying, the water's boiling, and your paint's peeling off your walls. You get out of bed, what do you take care of first?
Did I leave a pot on the stove? What water? Why would I leave water on the stove?
See, this is how I know you're not cured, because you're not focusing on the right details here.
I am focusing on the right details, Connor. Did I go to bed with a pot of water on the stove?
Matt, your house is on fire.
My house? Why is my house on fire?
I don't know, but you should get out of your house before you die. You're focused on why you have a pot of water on the table, and not the fact that all these symptoms mean that your house is on fire.
Okay, first of all, healing paint, dying plants, and boiling water could be any number of things. It has nothing to do with a fire. I don't really understand where you're getting fire out of all this. You didn't say that my house is on fire.
Right, but you didn't question why all 3 of those things were happening at the same time. You just questioned why you had a pot of boiling water.
Well, I have ADHD. I could have neglected all of those. I could have neglected all those things, Connor, because I forgot. That's how ADHD works, you silly goose.
And you would have been dead.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's how I understood it. I heard when I went into the psychiatrist's office, I heard, take these pills, you will not have problems. That's it. That's what I heard. So therefore, cure.
That's
Cure.
no, it's symptom management.
Symptom management. I
You
already manage. I've managed my symptoms for 24 years. I think I'm good at that.
Why would they cure ADHD? If it's such a prevalent problem, they can make more money off of just giving management for it instead of cure. It's the same thing with the cancer that you just said, right?
Right. But my
psychiatrist
is very nice.
Sir,
She wouldn't do
By
that.
your own argument, that means Big Pharma stems to make more from you for treating your symptoms than actually giving you a cure. So by your argument, sir, you are not cured.
But my psychiatrist is a really nice lady. I don't think that she would.
No, she's not.
She was very nice. She was
doesn't
very friendly.
care about you.
Are you sure?
I've met psychology students. They don't care.
They not just want to diagnose.
Not about the problems. They just care about being the smartest person in the room. Guess what? They're not. Not always. Because sometimes if you lie to them, it's more fun.
No, because if you lie to them, then you get inaccurate results.
Yeah, but then I win therapy, and then I don't go back.
Connor, that is not how that works. You can't win therapy.
I did.
You can get better. You can't win therapy.
I made my counselor cry once.
Yes, I think we've actually talked about this on the podcast.
I know. That means I won therapy. That's why I stopped going. On a serious note, I'm happy that you have means of helping yourself maintain a balance in your head. If you do have issues out there listening, it's not a bad thing to go to therapy and to seek help. As we said earlier, with self-help and things like on taking care of physical needs, taking care of mental needs are good as well. And I should definitely go to therapy. I just choose not to.
Connor doesn't like asking for help.
Can you shut up?
Well, maybe if you liked asking for help a little bit more, then you would be fine. You'd be better.
What are you, my therapist?
I mean, I probably could be. I've done enough therapy in my life. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Therapists are licensed professionals, and they worked hard for their licensing.
So I think we've definitely talked about this before, but I took a lot of psychology classes at college to get my degree, and almost got a psych minor, but I decided not to do that and to take directing for the stage instead. Much to my mother,
one class away or something like that, weren't you?
Yeah, much to my mother's chagrin. But one of the last classes I took was called psychotherapy. And it was basically like helping us learn methods for talking with patients, discovering information about them, and helping that inform ourselves with talking with them. And so I was really good at it.
Yeah.
I still am, because I'll a little trade secret for you here. And if you just talk with them about it and be like, okay, but why do you believe that happens? And it's like, you just like sort of gather information from them. And then you go, what do you think? Maybe like because that's happening, that this is actually happening, and that could be causing that to happen. And it's so much fun to get the like reaction from people.
Listen, people who go to therapy very often have all the pieces. Like they have all the pieces, but they don't have the picture on the top of the box that tells them exactly how to do the puzzle, like what it's supposed to look like. So they can spend their life, they can put some pieces together. Oh yeah, this kind of connects. But like the therapist is like, all right, here's the picture. Just do this, follow this. Like they connect the dots, and it's so necessary because they know what they're talking about. When you don't always know what you're talking about. Not you specifically, but
and honestly, it's not always like, here's the picture, put the pieces together like this. It's like, oh, I see you have a small group of pieces here. Do you think maybe those pieces could connect to this section of the puzzle?
Yeah.
Maybe? Do you want to try that?
Like those pieces look very close, like they would go together, but maybe this one goes with this and this one go like they're. Yes, absolutely. They're amazing. They're so smart.
They're awesome. Go to therapy. Everyone except for me needs therapy.
Everyone except for Connor needs therapy. Connor is the only one who beat therapy, and you can't convince him otherwise.
I'm not delusional. I'm just better than you. Like it's.
Hey, buddy, I think there's actually a diagnosis called narcissism. Maybe you should look into that one.
I couldn't have that because then I wouldn't be the best person ever if I had a problem.
If you had a problem, right,
right. Like that makes no sense. Why would I have a diagnosis? I'm the best.
I'm perfect. When God said, "Let's create the most perfect being," he did little splashes in Connor's bowl.
That's why it took him 6,000 years to make me, or however old the Earth is. Like it took him so long to perfect me.
I think most people would argue that it's several million years old.
I don't know. The Bible history goes back 6,000 years.
Christians think it's like 6,000. Scientists think it's like millions. Who knows? Nobody does. Yeah, exactly.
I have no clue. Honestly, I mean, I know what the book says, but I also don't understand carbon dating. So
that's true.
I don't remember what my topic was going to be for this week now.
This is why you write it down.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I should have thought of that one.
Silly goober. I think you've earned enough credit hours to get your accreditation from Silly Goose University.
Oh, yeah. I officially did get accepted to Silly Goose University, and so.
Oh, good. Are you gonna get the sweatshirts?
Yeah, I'm going to the campus store soon.
Nice.
It's a great institution. If you've never heard of Silly Goose University, established 1869. It's a great school. I start there in the fall. My major is going to be in general tomfoolery.
Okay.
Just getting those general education classes out of the way.
Yeah, no, that's a smart idea. I feel like the classes at Silly Goose University are really difficult. Just because you have to, break out of your shell a little bit and be a little more silly goosey. So I feel like yeah, it's probably good to get those generals out of the way and then focus on something like pond swimming and what's the other one?
Pranks 101 is a good class to do.
Oh yeah, that's a good first year one.
Advanced V tactics.
Advanced V tactics.
Flight
training
joke
is definitely.
That joke was that when geese fly, they fly in that V formation.
But do you know one side is always shorter than the other?
Yeah. Do you know why that is?
No, I don't. I just know that they are.
It's because the other side has more geese on it.
No. What? No, I can't believe that one. I think that the other side just flies a little closer to the others. I hate you. I really do.
I remember what my topic was.
Okay, good. Please get me out of this hell.
I've seen 3 movie trailers today for movies coming out this year.
Spider-Man, I assume, since you sent me that one.
Yep, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or Across the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the Blue Beetle movie,
yes,
and Barbie. They have a new Barbie trailer out.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
So which one of those 3 movies would you like to talk about?
Definitely Blue Beetle.
Awesome. For those of you who do not know, Blue Beetle is a DC Comics character. There are 3 iterations of them. This movie follows Jamie Reyes, who is the most recent iteration of the Blue Beetle, I believe. At least like in comics history. He is usually a young, either like teenage, young adult. In this movie, it seems like he's part of like a family cleaning company. Just from like what I've seen in the trailer. I don't know much about it. George Lopez does have a rat tail and a long goatee in it.
Oh boy.
And is his uncle, and it's fantastic.
Nice.
But the Blue Beetle is is a character who has a blue scarab that is attached to his back. And the scarab is alien technology from a group of aliens called the Reach, who had the main goal of taking over every planet in the galaxy. They were eventually stopped by the Green Lantern Corps and were forced to like back off from their goals. However, they sent out a beetle to every known world within the galaxy to try and take them down from the inside by creating soldiers to overtake the planet using their technology.
Mm.
So this particular scarab was the blue one. And it was discovered by the original Blue Beetle. I forget his name, but then his protege, Ted Kord, took over for him and could not access the scarab. And so he decided to become a like tech, sort of like Batman kind of character.
Okay.
Because he had a tech company called Kord Industries. And so he was just another rich guy in the DC universe that could build his own equipment and become a superhero, just like Oliver Queen and Bruce Wayne.
Nice.
Well, Ted Kord was then killed by his uncle, I believe, is the main comics continuity for that.
Ouch.
And because of that, the Blue Beetle scarab was then like found its way to Jaime Reyes. In the Young Justice universe, he was skating past on a skateboard, and an explosion happened at Kord Industries that like sent the scarab towards Jaime. In the movie, it seems like he's given a box that had the scarab in it to protect it, and then that gets attached to him and everything. And because of the explosion or just something that happens to the scarab, it becomes corrupted. And instead of becoming and fully taking over Jaime like it was originally programmed to, he has sort of a symbiotic relationship with the scarab that allows him to create anything with his mind that the suit, like what anything he can think of, the suit creates.
Right.
It's a universal translator, just all of that cool stuff.
So it's like Venom, like except a little less evil.
Yeah, it's a tech-based Venom, basically.
Okay. That's kind of cool. I actually didn't know the origins of Blue Beetle at all. I love playing him in the Injustice video game. Like, he's one of my favorite characters to play. But other than that, I didn't know. I was actually really stoked that they were coming out with a movie.
Yeah, he's a lesser known character, but he's such a compelling character. It's very much like how Spider-Man is cool because he's a young kid trying to be a hero. Jaime is that same thing with his long legacy, so it's very similar to Miles Morales, actually. And both of them are Latino characters. And so that's a great look at representation as well, in creating a character that's cool on their own, that is also a person of color. And it's also another legacy character, and so it just builds upon that reputation. In Young Justice, he says that a lot of people thought he was the other guy in a new suit at first. And like we see the Reach in Young Justice, and we also see different color beetles, including one from Mars, who was a green beetle, and one that I believe was Reach, that was the black beetle. And so there was no indications in the trailer that we were going to see any other color beetles or who the real main villain was, from what I could tell. And I haven't done a lot of research on the movie yet, unfortunately, because I had just watched this earlier. But I can tell you, if you like the suit from Injustice a lot, they based the movie suit on Injustice's design. Yeah,
I've actually seen some leaks on the of the suit, and it looks really good. Like I'm actually really, really pumped for this. I like learning. I like the movies that are lesser known characters, because I didn't really get into DC very often. The biggest ones I got into when I was a kid was Batman and Superman. Like, that was it. So it's really cool to see new lesser known characters come onto the big screen. I really like it.
Me too. And my coworker and I were having a discussion about the Blue Beetle movie, and we were both saying how bored we are with what DC's been doing.
Yeah.
Mainly because it wasn't good, and because it's basically the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm so psyched that James Gunn is taking over.
Yeah, same.
I think what Matt Reeves did with the Batman was very good.
Yes, agreed.
But if I never have to watch another Superman or Batman movie again, I'm fine.
I really love Batman. I could avoid Superman for the rest of my life and be okay. I really love Batman. So like I'm tired of them rebooting it over and over and over again and recasting and doing all this stuff. So like it would be nice if they just kept it with one person and just kept it consistent.
Right.
Like, if they could actually do more than 3 movies and just make it good, like for every movie, I would be okay with that. But we'll see.
I've always been such a big fan of DC Comics. When I was younger, I watched Teen Titans. I watched the animated series, like Batman the Animated Series, Superman Adventures, Justice League Unlimited, Static Shock, like all of those DCAU movies and TV shows. I loved them. And to me, like there were so many cool and compelling characters. My favorite hero is the Flash.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're getting a Flash movie with someone that's not a good person in the slightest, and that's what we have to deal with. But that's our first Flash movie ever.
Yeah.
And they've been making Superman movies since the 40s.
Right. Yeah, no, and it's not even like the Flash is like a lesser known character. Like he's huge. He's been huge for a long time. So I don't know why like they haven't tapped into other superheroes like in the DCU. You know what I mean?
Core Justice League characters are so big. And like I think what they're scared of is that lesser known characters.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, I think, ruined anyone other than Batman and Superman being in movies because it's like, well, this one did terribly, so we have to just stick with what's making money. It's like, you made a bad movie.
Right.
If you make good movies, people will watch them. Wonder Woman, fantastic. Great movie. Yes. People liked watching it. Wonder Woman 1984, bad movie.
I don't think it was bad necessarily. It just wasn't as good.
Wasted Pedro Pascal. I'll say that at least.
For sure.
And so like that again, to me, that just says like, oh well, no one wants to see this, so we have to try something else. And like it's just you're making bad choices and then saying, look at this evidence I have that no one wants to see this. And I just think like, cool, James Gunn is doing a new Superman movie. We're gonna do like characters we know, but there's a few characters in there that like people don't know. People aren't familiar with. I think there's a Booster Gold TV show, which if you don't know who Booster Gold is, that's a shame, and he's fantastic.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. But I think what the DCU is doing wrong, the reason they're not as successful in their movies as like Marvel is because they're cutting and running. You know what I mean? Like they're making something, it doesn't do great, or they make something great and then the next one doesn't do as great. And I don't know if it's because of director, writer, money, budget choices. I don't know what it is. But if they just stuck with, like, Marvel has some bad movies. You know what I mean? Like 2 of the 4 Thor movies are garbage. Sorry, people like them. I actually personally liked Love and Thunder, but that's my own opinion.
I didn't mind Love and Thunder, but I can see why in like some cases people are like, it's not a good movie.
Exactly. Like there have been some bad movies in the MCU, but they've stuck with it. They haven't. They've changed some actors. I understand that, but it's not because this actor did bad, so we're gonna get him out of here. It's
more the actors themselves,
right? Like. Just stick with it. Just stick with one story, because I promise you, we're so tired of repeating the same story over and over and over again.
And I think what's going to help them with that is having James Gunn. And
yes,
I keep just saying it's not just James Gunn. There's another guy who's in charge of it as well. I just don't know his name. But we have people that are like, this is the course we're going to go. This is the direction. They're going to be DC's Kevin Feige.
Yes.
And so
and
like,
I'm happy about that.
Having that clear voice and like basically what Kevin Feige did, and like this is in my opinion, I don't know if this is truly what happened, but he treated the MCU like it was a TV show. and he ran it like a showrunner.
Right.
So like your showrunner is basically the guy that's like, this is how this season is going to go. They're usually also like the head writer, like in the writer's room, making sure everything is going. And he's the one that works with directors that you bring in.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, it's his show and like he's shaping it, but he's letting the directors work around that.
And with TV shows, you usually have a big picture. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like DCU is not making a big picture look, like not taking a big picture look at things. Like, they're like, okay, we got to get through this movie. And then what are we going to do after this movie? You know what I mean? Like, but the MCU is like, we have a picture of like the next 10 years of what we're going to do. And maybe those things will change. Maybe they'll adjust a little bit. Maybe we'll even like scrap the story and start over. But like, they have a big picture of where they want the story to go. It is so much easier to write a story from, point A to point B rather than just write point A, then write point B, then write point C. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's so much easier if you know where you're going instead of I don't even know. Like, I feel like DCU had an idea of like, let's do the Justice League. So we have to build up from, this movie, then this movie, then this movie, and build up to the Justice League. But then it just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they didn't try for that. Like they're like, let's just not build any sort of character relations, just like smash them all into one movie. You know what I mean?
Like, we're gonna do Batman v Superman. Okay, set up the Justice League. I don't have anything for like what do you mean set up the Justice League?
What does that even mean? Just throw Wonder Woman in there. Don't give her any real introduction or anything like that. Just like pop her in there. Have her in a few scenes early on. Pop her in there. And have a funny line of, I thought she was with you. I don't know. I thought she was with you. Like, come on,
right?
Guys,
and then let's spend 15 minutes showing snippets of the other characters that aren't in this movie. I don't know.
I feel like they tried and they failed. So let's get James Gunn in there and let him do the real work.
let's get it moving to something else.
There, how like there's different Avengers teams though. Like even in the originals, there was like the Avengers we have now are not the like original Avengers. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Instead of if you want to do a Justice League, there's like a bunch of Justice Leagues, right? Like there's even like the Justice Society of America, which is like before, right?
And they use that in Black Adam.
Right. Like, I just feel like there's a ton of things, a ton of different directions rather than doing Superman, Batman, doing those two that have 30 movies collectively, maybe even more. Like, instead of rehashing out those, put some new characters in. Because there's a lot of really good DC characters.
I fully agree. And just do better, basically. James Gunn, we believe in you.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of The Garlic Boys. If you enjoyed what you listened to and you'd like more from us, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for more from us. If you'd also like to see more exclusive things that you can't get anywhere else, you could subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/thegarlicboys for exclusive shows and clips from past episodes that you have not seen. The lowest tier starts at $3 a month. Lastly, if you'd like to see video versions of the podcast and you don't want to have to, if you want to see video versions of the podcast, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@thegarlicboys and not only listen to us, but see us at the same time. First take. Matt, any final thoughts?
Yeah. I got another character for you that I could name and get that point back for the quiz.
Okay.
Ben 10, original Ben 10. Spider Monkey, Swamp Fire. No. Echo. That's totally. Nope. You know what? Vilgax.
Nope. Vilgax doesn't count.
He's the enemy.
He doesn't turn into Vilgax until Alien Force. But yeah. Echo is one of the aliens I forgot.
No, Echo
isn't.
New series.
Yeah, Ditto is one of the aliens I forgot. That's why I thought of Echo. Ditto was the one that he could split into himself. So different, like.
I do. I think I remember that one. Yeah, close enough.
Anyways, on that note, thanks for listening. And remember, as always, to stay garlicky.
You did really bad on that one.
You did really bad on